Hey legends, welcome back to our next lesson in the measurement topic. Today we're taking a look at what's called surface area. Okay, so typically when we're finding area, we're looking at a 2D shape. But if you want to find the area of the surface of a 3D shape, like a cube or whatever, it's called the surface area. Okay, so it's a bit of work, it's a bit of a pain in the ass, but it's pretty straightforward. All you need to be doing is finding the area of all the faces of the shape and just plussing them all together. Okay, so if we had a simple one like this cube down here, let's just get some color on this. Let's say this cube had side lengths of 5. Okay, and because it's a cube, all the faces are going to be the same and all the lengths are going to be the same. So this front face is obviously a square, and the area of the square would be 5 by 5, which is 25. Let's just drill that on this one here. Okay, so the area is 25. Now, because it's a cube has 6 faces and they're all the same, so they're all going to have area 25. All right, that means if we wanted to find the total surface area of this shape, so the total outside in terms of 2D area, all we're doing is finding the area of all 6 faces, which is all 25, and adding them all together. Okay, so if we just do surface area equals, well, we've got 6 faces and they're all 25, so we're doing 6 lots of 25, and we get an answer of 150. Okay, so it's really handy when you're new to these and you're not very good at visualizing the 3D solid. If you draw out what's called a net here, okay, there's like we've unfolded the cube and we're looking at all the faces, it's called the net. That just makes it a bit easier to see all your faces, so you can find all your areas and you can plus them all together and get the correct answer. Let's have a look at another one. We're going to find the surface area of this rectangular prism right here. We've already got a part of the net done to get us started. So we can see that this rectangular prism has 2 rectangles on the front and back, 2 on the side, and 1 on the top and bottom. Okay. It's handy to know that these are always in pairs, so like the front rectangular face is going to be the same as the back, the right is the same as the left, and the top is the same as the bottom. So let's think about this front face here. It's a rectangle, correct? It's got a base of 6 and a height of 2, which means the area of this thing would be 6 times 2. Okay, 6 times 2 is 12. I'm just going to write a 12 there. Okay. Like I said, that's the front face. It's going to be the same thing as the back face. I'm going to write a 12 on this guy as well. Okay, these are areas, 12 and 12. Now, the right side, this rectangle here on the right, has got a base of 3 and a height of 2. So the area is going to be 3 times 2, which is 6. Okay, left-hand side is the same, so I'm going to write a 6 here. And now if we think about the bottom, again, the bottom is a rectangle, they're all rectangles. The rectangle is 6 long and 3 wide. So a base of 6 and a height of 3. 6 multiplied with 3 gives us 18. So the bottom rectangle is 18. 6 times 3. And of course the top is the same. So I'm going to write an 18 on this. Okay, that's the hard work done. Now what you're going to do is say SA for surface area is just all those sides plus together. So we're doing 6 plus 6, we've got the 2 12s, and we've got the 2 18s. All right, if we plus this all together, well, 12 plus 18 will give us 30, so this makes 60. 60 plus 12 would be 72, or you can just use a calculator. All right, all these lengths were in centimeters, and we just found an area, just all the faces areas summed together. So an area is always square centimeters or square units. Okay, so that is the process. Find the faces, find their areas, plus them all together, chuck on units, and then you're all done. All right, let's do another one. Little bit tough this time. We have a triangular prism. Okay, once again, I've started us off by drawing a bit of the net for you so we can get an idea of what this shape looks like. This is me unfolding it. Front and back triangles are here, and 3 rectangles are here. All right, let's do the rectangles first. Let's look at the bottom one. Okay, the floor of this prism is the one in the middle here. It's a rectangle. it's 10 wide and it's 12 long. So to find its area, we're doing 10 times 12, which is 120. If we do this side over here, this is like the top side, this sort of slanted one here. All right, this one has got a length of 12 and a width of 8. So we got 12 and 8. So again, to find the area, we're just going to do 12 multiplied with 8. And so what do we get with that? We'll get 96 as the area. The rectangle on the left side over here, we've got 4 for the height, and it's 12 long. So we've got 4 times 12 is 48. Okay, groovy. Now we just got to find the triangular front and back, which are the same shape. Now for a triangle, from the earlier lessons, we're doing the base multiplied with the height, but then you halve it. Okay, the formula we probably used is half base times height. So if we did 10 multiplied with 3, because that's the height and that's the base, we would get 30. So half of that is 15. Same on the front, same on the back. Okay, hard work done. Now we just got to put them all through a calculator, or we can use our heads if we're really bored. So surface area is 48 plus 120 plus 96 and the two 15s. All right, I'm gonna grab a calculator so I don't embarrass myself and get it wrong. And we get an answer of 294. 294. The question doesn't have any units, so I'm just going to write units squared, whatever it is, centimeters, meters, who knows? It's a mystery. Okay, there you go. So, as always, I recommend first step, if you're not sure of the faces, you can draw a quick net to help you sort of figure it out. Find the areas, plus them together. Like I said, a bit time consuming, but not super difficult. We're just going to do one more, bit of a tricky one. We're going to find the surface area of this cylinder, okay? Before we do that, I want you to think about what this cylinder would look like if you were trying to draw a net. So obviously the top face is a circle, bottom face is a circle as well. But what shape is the sort of the tube bit that's connecting them? Think about if you had a tin can that's got obviously a circle on top and bottom, and then you got a label around the outside. If you took the label off the can, what shape would you see? If you got one in the kitchen, you can go do it. What you will see is you get a rectangle. Okay, this is a pretty tricky one. So we have circle, rectangle, circle are our three areas. Okay, for a circle, the area we looked at before, that's just pi times radius squared. Pi times radius squared. Now the rectangle that's making up the tube that's connecting them, it's got a height that we're just going to call h for height. And now the width of this thing, the width of this rectangle is how wide, or sorry, the distance around the circle on top. Okay, imagine the label starts here and then it goes around and it finishes here. So the length of the label is the circumference of the circle, which again from the earlier video we said is 2 pi r, which is pi times diameter. Okay, so this is a rectangle, so if we multiply them, we get 2 pi r times h, which is 2 pi r h. So putting this all together, we don't want that, we get the surface area of a cylinder is pi r squared and pi r squared. I'm going to put these two together as 2 pi r squared. 2 pi r squared. Okay, there's two circles, one on top, one on bottom. The 2 pi r squared and the rectangular part, which we said is 2 pi r h. And there we have our surface area formula. I recommend you write it down so you don't have to do this every time. And yeah, next year in standard mathematics, you'll see this on your formula sheet. So you don't have to memorize it, but I just recommend that you at least recognize it, okay? All right, so let's find the surface area of our cylinder. So we've got a height of 6.5, okay, this is our height. And now the cylinder is 8 centimeters wide, which means the radius of the circle is going to be what? Well, it's going to be half that, it's going to be 4. Okay, so our height is 6.5, our radius is 4, pi we can get with our calculator, and that's all we should need. So let's get into it. Surface area is 2 times pi times radius of 4 squared, plus we got 2 times pi times radius of 4 again, and a height of 6.5. Run out of room here, times 6.5, awesome. So now we're just going to put that through calculator. Remember, if you're looking for pi, it's above the times 10 to the x button, and it's in yellow, so you're going to press shift to get there. So see if you can type this through your calculator and get the same answer that I'm about to get, hopefully. 2 times pi times 4 squared plus 2 times pi times 4 times 6.5. I get an answer of, it's a bit of a long decimal, so I'm just going to do a bit of rounding. So I get 263. Now it says 0.89, I'm just going to write 0.9, just round up a little bit. And in our question, we saw we're working with centimeters, so a surface area is going to be centimeters squared. And that is it, okay? So the surface area of a cylinder is found using this handy formula here because of the shapes down here, okay? So yeah, write this one down, but for most shapes, you can just work your way through it by drawing up the net, breaking it down into all its faces, and then just plussing these guys all together. Okay, cool. I've put up a few more questions for you guys to try by yourself on MathSpace, and if you're having trouble, because these can get a bit confusing with the different shapes, please let me know if you need a hand, and if not, I'll see you guys later. Thanks very much for watching.